If you have an area like this, what a lot of people try to do is they try to fix this area, and then they try to fix this area, and what they end up with is so much garbage. So let's step back a couple of times in the history palette, and let me actually go to the stamp tool and just show you, see if it works any better right here. All right, looks like that, looks like that. This generally looks like garbage. If I saw a leg that did this in the middle, I'd think that we had a ghost horse. So the way to solve areas like this is to always pay attention to the edge. So I'm using the stamp tool right here, and in the middle of the stamp tool, you'll notice this is the middle of the stamp tool. I alt click. So I alt click on the edge. Then when I drag down here, I make sure that the edge isn't here because we don't want it to look like that. And I make sure that the edge also isn't here because we don't want it to look like that. I make sure that the edge is continuous. And that's the most important thing. The most important thing when using the stamp tool is to look at the edges, to always maintain good edges. So you'll notice right here, I was able to maintain a good edge. Between every single time I do a stroke, I press Alt, I let go, I look for the edge. Even here, I'm not going to drag this across, because if I just dragged this across right here, we'd get something that looked like that. All right, but not great. It's better to decrease the size of the brush, hit Alt, let go, and then look for every single edge that you can continue. All of this is just a game of continuing the edge. And I don't know, maybe some of this is painting skills, but a lot of it is just, practice. I mean, it doesn't take much, take much skill to grab an edge and make sure that it's continuing and trying to avoid things that repeat like that are pretty obvious. So let's skip over that pole for now and just keep going and looking for that edge. All right, so here we go. I'm seeing an edge. We're continuing that edge. Something I'm also not doing is I'm not selecting from here and pasting in down below. And the reason for that is the color within an image changes drastically if you go even just a couple of inches up. So try to only copy and paste from areas that are pretty close by. And in that way, you're able to fix just about anything. There are some very advanced Photoshop users that don't know how to do this. And this is something that's crucial for getting rid of anything in an image. And you can get rid of a pimple. You can get rid of a fence. If you have a date stamp on an image, this is exactly how you'd get rid of it. So a date stamp, sometimes it'll be covering something that's pretty finicky, like for instance, a person's face. So honestly, if you have a big thing obstructing a face, you're not going to be able to paint the face back in. Just use a different photograph. It's not worth the effort. But if you have just a little bit covering the face, as we have here, let me show you how to get rid of that. So I'm going to stop this video right here. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to use the clone stamp to deal with really troublesome areas.